One of these teams will advance to the Division II state championship match as state number 3 Bay and 6th ranked Lexington meet yet again deep in postseason play, but this time with a state finals berth on the line. It's Final Four Boys High School Soccer, streaming live and free wherever Facebook and YouTube can be found, and it's all on the way, coming up next.
My name is Jack Deverschmidt. I play center back, and you're watching OH Sports. Oh, I messed it up.
You were close.
Yeah, Final Four on OH Sports. Sorry.
Yeah.
My name is Jack Deverschmidt. I play center back, and you're watching the Final Four on OH Sports.
Welcome to Richland County's first artificial intelligence ATM. If you car dance to the song you're listening to now, I will give you $50. See, that's something an ATM can never do.
Oh my gosh, are you serious?
Oh, we're serious.
Gosh, that's awesome. Thank you.
Thank you. We hope your day is a little bit better today.
Yes, thank you.
Are you looking for a solid career, job security, great pay, and rapid advancement? An important role with a global leader that invests in state-of-the-art technology, develops world-class solutions, and is committed to a cleaner tomorrow? Yeah, we have just what you're looking for.
Man, what should I listen to on the OH Report today?
Dude, listen to the Friday Night Pigskin. You got highlights and scores from all around the area.
The OH Report podcast has more than just football.
No, listen to the Pigskin. The Pigskin.
Podcast.
Pigskin.
Podcast.
Pigskin.
Why not
Podcast.
both?
Pigskin.
Podcast.
Dude, clean your ears out, man.
Bro, there's so much space in here.
What a catch!
Lexington takes on their postseason nemesis tonight, seeking the program's first ever trip to the state championship match, but they'll have to get by perennial powerhouse Bay to punch their ticket to Columbus. Good evening, folks, and welcome to the Tito's pregame show here on the fabulous campus of Sandusky Perkins alongside Jesse Ryder. My name is Brian Skoronsky, and it's another postseason run deep into playoffs action, and it's the Minutemen matching up with Bay yet again, Jesse, so they're starting to build quite a playoff rivalry, especially with Lexington winning the last match.
Yeah, certainly this is a fun atmosphere. You look at the state semifinal game. Both teams are well aware of the implications of tonight's game. Both teams are quality teams, a lot of skill, a lot of just great talent on the field. It's going to be a lot of fun tonight.
Yeah, definitely looking forward to see how it all shakes out. Of course, they met during the regular season, and another Bay win, and historically, this showdown has not favored the Minutemen. The Rockets have owned this rivalry, but Lexington has been playing them tough. They picked them up during the regular season the last couple of years, so when they see them, it's not uncommon anymore, Jesse. They know what this program's all about, and of course, they're starting to build a long tradition and history with one another. Yeah,
and kudos to both teams for putting each other on the schedule, because it's one of those things you either want to know ahead of time how good they're going to be, or you try to avoid them to kind of leave a little bit of surprise. And both teams have opted, let's go at it. Let's see how good we are. And I think the early showing is great, and now you get to see, now that all the pressure is on, just the bigness of the game, how will your players respond?
And I spoke with Lexington coach Peter Tem about this budding rivalry, along with his team creating their own legacy, getting to the state final four this season. Got Peter Tem with me, the head coach of the Lexington Minutemen, back at the state final four, second time in 3 years. Kind of a different looking team, though, from what you had in 2019. What do you think about this group? Makes them special and maybe a little bit different from that squad?
I think you hit it on the nail on the head. Is just their group, their team. They play together. There's no one or two that just stand out. They just kind of do their thing, and they do that thing together. And so because of that, I think we've been successful this year. And, tonight we hope to keep that moving and keep going forward. So.
You are playing your tournament nemesis tonight. You got Bay. Did get the monkey off your back. You beat them a couple of years ago, Pete. Just matching up with this team, obviously it means that you've made it deep into postseason play. It feels like this is starting to become a rivalry a bit, I think.
It's a great match. We picked them up in the regular season a couple years ago. It was for this very reason, so we could see them, know what we needed to work on. Obviously, they're the gold standard when it comes to some D2 programs, and so all the respect for them. But we got to come out, we got to play our game and do what we need to do. Hopefully tonight the boys show up and we just take care of business. So.
Got you in the regular season showdown 1-0, but you played a bit different strategy then. You said you had different guys playing different positions. What type of formations and adjustments should we see tonight?
We played a 4-5-1 at the beginning of the season, just trying to figure everything out, put the pieces together, and different guys in different positions personnel-wise. And so tonight we'll line up a little differently. We'll go the 3-5-2 the way we played the last couple weeks. Hopefully it'll be a little more offensive, but defense will still be solid. We'll just do what we need to do, and we got to put a couple in the back of the net and hold on, see what happens. So.
All right, win tonight, of course, gets them into the state championship match. First time ever for the program, correct?
Absolutely, yep.
All right. Thanks a lot, Pete.
Appreciate it. Thank you guys for being here. Appreciate it.
I mean, what a program Peter's been able to build here in just under a decade of work. Jesse, what's your thoughts on just what's been able to become of Lexington soccer, picking up where Buck Morton left him off?
Yeah, absolutely. Lexington has always had a strong foundation, a strong program of soccer. But now Coach Tim has just done a great job of elevating that program to a higher level. When this becomes the norm, when you expect to be in the regional finals or the state semifinals, that becomes the new norm. You've done something right. What I love about Coach Tim, we talked earlier in the year, I ran into him at a practice, we're just talking about soccer and expectations. And, they started the season with 3 straight ties and no goals.
Yeah,
it was just kind of an interesting start. And later on in the season, he said, if you would have told me we would have been 8-8, at the end of the season, he goes, I'd have been pleased with that. And you look at it now, to look at the work that he's done, this is the buy-in he has from his players. I mean, they believe in what's going on here. They understand the work that's required to play this level, and they put in that work. And he's just done a great job of just building that team and just letting them believe in themselves and believe that they have the talent to do that.
He's definitely elevated himself into the category of an elite coach, I think, no doubt about it. 6 times in the last 8 years, they've at least gotten to the regionals, but a guy that's gotten a little bit farther in tournament play on average. How about Bobby Doherty of Bay and what he's been able to do with this program? I spoke with him about getting back to the Final Four and just how difficult it was to get through that regional. Rockets coach Bobby Doherty with me now, and making your 7th appearance in the state Final Four in the last 10 years, Coach. Missed out the last couple of seasons, though, so I imagine it feels nice to get back here, and then also comfortable. You've been here a bunch.
You know, and every year you get that opportunity, and not being here, you never know when you get back. And the opportunity to be here is so special. Each one of them is different, and, you know, we're just blessed to be here. We're happy. We're really in a good place, so it's nice.
And especially the regional that you just had to get through. I imagine both of those matches probably felt like state caliber teams.
We were just talking about it. It's, you know, everybody that's knocked us out in the past couple of years. You know, and to be on the other side is pretty nice. I mean, we know how special this is. To get here, obviously, is not easy.
And then 5th time that you're going to be facing Lexington in the tournament since just 2014, I believe, and a lot of those right up here. So feels like this is starting to become a bit of a rivalry.
Yeah, I mean, Pete's done a wonderful job. I mean, what it comes down to is, you know, since he's taken over the program, this has become the juggernaut, you know, to get through, to get into that next level. Yeah, they meet him in the regionals, you meet him in the state semifinals, but either way, we know we're going to have to go through that door. So, I mean, he's done an absolutely amazing job. We're, you know, excited to be here, and, I mean, just happy at this point.
Well, they got you last time, but you beat them in the previous 3. We'll see how it all shakes out tonight. Thanks a lot, Coach.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate it. Have a good one. Thanks.
Bobby certainly is coaching royalty around the Buckeye State, one of the very best in the business. Almost always gets to the state Final Four. As mentioned, 7 times in the last 10 years the Bay has been here. And speaking of royalty, how about Jake Burr of the Mansfield News Journal jumping on the mic with me, joining me right now. And this is a super exciting matchup, of course. Bay, Lexington, they've met a lot of times on this very field right here, but it's been one-sided in the tournament so far. Jake, just what's your overall collective thoughts on these two programs and where they're at right now?
I mean, it has been one-sided when you kind of look at the results lately. I think I did the math. It was like goals scored was like 23-3 maybe in their matchups. You know, it's just at this point anything can happen. I mean, we were down there in 2019 at the regional semifinal game. Yeah. During the year, Lex loses to Bay. What was it, 8-0? And then they win 3-2, I think it was, in overtime. So, you know, tournament time, anything can happen. Regular season stuff, just go ahead and throw it out, man. It doesn't matter. This is going to be a big deal tonight.
Bay Village, of course, is the only loss so far of the season for Lexington. And in your opinion, Jake, that actually was the turning point for this Minute Maid club starting to find themselves a little bit.
Definitely, and it was. If you look at their results and scores throughout the rest of the year, they lost to Bay 1-0. I think that goal was maybe in the last 2 minutes of the game. It was kind of a over-the-top fluke goal kind of thing. But they after they lost to Bay, they haven't scored less than 2 goals in a game the rest of the year. So that's where their offensive struggle at the beginning of the year we've talked about like crazy, but that's where it kind of turned over and changed things around a lot. I mean, 2 goals a game, more than 2 goals a game after that. That something clicked in that game. I wonder what it was. I wish I could ask Pete and maybe he could put his finger on it, but I don't even know if he could, to be honest with you. It's just one of those things.
Talking to Alex Depperschmidt at practice yesterday, he agreed with you and he echoed what you said. He felt like the fact they were so competitive after a slow start, they were like, you know what, maybe we can play with the best of the best. Right. And mentally, that team was able to start doing what they've been doing. And for Bay, what they've been doing is getting to state championships a whole bunch. Haven't won a ton. They were state champions in 1991, 93. They got there 3 consecutive years in 16, 17, and 18. But for Lexington, that would be uncharted waters for them, Jake, if they can win here tonight.
Definitely. They've never been to a state championship game before. So, I mean, if that's not enough motivation tonight, I don't know what is. They could become the 2nd Richland County boys soccer team to ever play for a state championship, joining Mansfield Christian. So that's kind of a big deal in Richland County home. So I hope to see it. I would love to see that.
All right. Well, appreciate your time, Jake, and we're going to welcome back in the coach of that team for the Richland County squad that got to the state championship and won it. Thanks a lot,
Appreciate
Jake
it,
Burr of the Mansfield News Journal. Make sure you check out his article on tonight's game in the newspaper tonight and tomorrow. Jesse Ryder back on the mic with me. I am Brian Skoronsky, and boy, just seconds away now from the introductions, and you feel like this is a big-time game, of course, Jesse. Anytime Bay is your opponent in the postseason, you know that you're doing something right. this deep in playoff action, and how cool for Lexington. Second time in the last 3 years that they've gotten to the state Final Four. So I think you really can identify as two of the top programs that we have, period, in Division II.
Absolutely. I mean, these are some of the best boys teams that we have in the state of Ohio. And what an atmosphere. I mean, the surface here is great. The facility is great. The crowds are great. And then we get to cover it live and free online. A lot of fun stuff. I mean, and then on top of all that, we're going to have a really quality soccer game tonight.
Let's go ahead and jump into the keys of the game tonight, Jesse. And I have not seen these yet, so I'm excited to see what is going to determine tonight's action. Go ahead, let me know for Lexington, what do you think about this?
Yeah, past and present. So Lexington comes off a dramatic overtime win against Lima Shawnee. Fantastic game. A lot of just interesting style goals, I'll say. And in tournament soccer, it's one of those things, you got to celebrate that, and then you got to forget it. You got to move on, because right now you're at the new biggest game of the season. So Lima Shawnee was the biggest game of the season. Now you got to forget that. Bay is the new biggest game of the season. So it's really just kind of forgetting the past and playing right into this present right now. Walk the walk. This defense is lights out, and they need to be lights out in order to advance. They have to shut down this Bay attack. Bay doesn't have a prolific top scorer, but everybody scores for Bay. It's that type of program where it's the way they move the ball, the way they attack, everybody can score from lots of different areas, lots of different styles. You have to be that prolific top defensive team to advance tonight.
Both starting units getting announced out there on the field. We'll take a look at the starters tonight for the Lexington Minutemen. Just so many great players that have developed and kind of waited their turn too, Jesse. I think that's what's so great about this particular squad is a lot of the names on this list, you see the seniors and the juniors, they were waiting behind some talented classes ahead of them, and now getting their opportunity. I think Alex Epperschmidt, one guy that certainly jumps off the page at you. Also a guy like Lucas Starling, and then Gage Potter, what a dynamic athlete he's been able to become here in his senior season, the top goal scorer on the team.
Yeah, certainly these guys, as you alluded to, I mean, there's been some talented players and classes in front of them. So sometimes when you get to programs like this, you don't always get a 4-year star because of the talent that's in front of them. So Ryan Parker for Lexington, certainly the exception for them. But usually at Lexington you can maybe get 2, maybe 3 years in of your top players because you've got such good players in front of you. So for a lot of these guys, this is their identity. This is their chance to step out and kind of write their own team's history. Certainly last year had a very successful run the year before, but this senior class, this group now, they want to say this is what our group accomplished. This is what our team accomplished.
Lexington trying to establish their own legacy, the 2021 version. We'll step aside momentarily for the playing of our national anthem, the Star Spangled Banner, then get you ready for tournament soccer. Boy, what a fun playing of our national anthem there, Jesse, where I think it was maybe even on purpose that they cut out the last sentence and allow the crowd to chime in with their own voice.
Already an interactive and fun night. It's going to be a great time tonight. We are excited to just be a part of this. You know, I was thinking back. I think I've been a part of 5 state semifinal matchups as a player, as a coach, and so some of my best memories from soccer come from atmospheres like this, where, you know, for a school like Lexington, like the whole community is here. They were either they're in Lexington sending them off, or they're here, or they're watching online, because this is a huge deal. And so to be a part of this for the community, absolutely incredible. And to do something your school, your team has never done before to advance to the state championship, what a great opportunity for the Minutemen.
You don't often see pet bands out at soccer matches, but Bay Village brought theirs here tonight. And let's take a look at their starting lineups. Boy, just so many quality individuals when you look from top to bottom, Jesse, at these Bay Village Rocket starters, which that looks a whole lot like Ontario girls starters, but
there we go. That's the right group there. That's just making sure everybody at home is paying attention. You know, the thing about this Bay team that's really interesting is you look at their scoring statistics, it's nothing super impressive. You don't look like, oh, this guy's got all the goals or this guy's got all the assists. It's really, really distributed very evenly. There's, you know, I think the top scorer has maybe 14 goals, and then there's a 12, a bunch of 8s, 6, and 7. And so it's really one of those type of teams anybody can score. So pros and cons is it's harder to game plan, I think, for a team like this than if you face a team with a prolific scorer. If the prolific scorer, you know where the ball is going to go. When you play a team against a team like Bay, you just got to be ready at any point for them to shoot, to make that play, to kind of advance the ball forward quickly. They're that type of team with that many weapons.
First touch of the match will belong to the Minutemen and Alex Depperschmidt. Scott Potter behind him. Boy, what a connection those two have. Got a chance to talk to them both at practice about that yesterday, and they just have such great feel for one another, and they both echoed what the other player said, that when they put a ball into space, they know when the other player is going to be there, when they're going to make runs, when they're not going to make runs, and that's something that you just can't coach. That comes with just years and years of playing together.
Yeah, and I love the way Depperschmidt plays. I mean, he plays the right ball into space at the right time in the right location, and really just sets up his teammates well. What's interesting is we're 30 seconds in and neither team has completed a pass yet. It's 6 passes back and forth to the other team. I don't think that's going to be the pace of the game, but it's kind of a little bit of that feeling out. Bay kind of runs a little bit different styles. It just depends on their personnel. There'll be times when Bay never puts the ball in the air, and there are times when Bay will just play it deep and find that deep striker as quick as they can. So get a chance to see just some of the different players and styles they have.
Wyatt Fleming off the throw-in into heavy traffic, headed out of there. Now the Minutemen were trying to clear it, deflect it, and it's going to be a throw-in deep in Lex territory.
You know, one thing at this level, it's just been interesting to see. It was a bad giveaway by Lexington. Just seems like every team has got a guy who can just throw the ball into the box from wherever he is on the field. And we saw Lima Shawnee, you know, Lexington's got it. It looks like Bay's got a couple of weapons as well. Just you line up, you play it almost like a free kick, and you know, they just able to put the ball in the box. Tough to defend, get a good position. You got to be able to clear the ball away and not give up a handball in the process.
Garrett Weaver, the phenomenal goalkeeper in his senior season, comes up, rips that off the turf for Lex. And he's got a big driving punt taken by Emilion Evans out of the air.
If you're Lexington, you have to do two things well. You have to be so strong defensively, but you also got to work to keep the ball. You can't just keep giving Bay chances to attack and go forward. They're good enough that they can break it down sometimes and be able to break that defensive line with repeated chances. So it's important not only to be good defensively, but can you keep the ball after that and generate an attack, or at least not let Bay go forward with the ball.
Quality tackles back and forth, and now here come the Rockets. Million shifts it out wide to the wing. And it's going to roll out of bounds for a Minutemen throw-in on the far side.
Yeah, it's defended nicely just to kind of come away with a throw in there. A lot of things can happen. Use his body well, kind of shielded in his space, and comes away with the throw-in. But right back to Bay again, who's going to play, I think, out of bounds.
The volley up by Evans will find its way over the boundary line.
These games are certainly a lot of fun. Sometimes it takes a minute or two to kind of just find your rhythm, settle down from the intensity, anticipation of the beginning, and remember that you're a really good team, and that's why you're here. And so it'll be interesting to see kind of which team does that first and kind of establish that dominance early. This game is certainly going to be a game of momentum and swings. So can you withstand the other team's attack, and in doing so, can you generate a solid offensive opportunity?
One thing we do know for sure tonight, perfect playoff soccer weather, unlike the last time they met in 2019 in a flat-out rain tsunami storm over at Worcester. The only time that Lexington's ever been able to defeat Bay 3-2 in overtime. Looking to make it 2 straight in the postseason over their arch rivals in the playoffs.
Yeah, I don't think you could ask for a better mid-November night here. I mean, the weather's perfect, no wind, no rain, just cold enough to make it fun. Just gonna be just everything about tonight's gonna be great. So it's just gonna be watching 2 teams compete and play, and it's gonna be a foul here against Lexington. It's the kind of stuff Bay's going to have some quality plays out of this. I mean, they've been around long enough. Their coach is a veteran coach. He's very, very creative. So it's really going to be, you have to defend well, communicate well, keep the ball out of the box, give yourself good opportunities, but you can't foul right in this area because Bay is going to be able to capitalize at times.
Evans from the football 28-yard line. Rockets spread 5 players right around the 18. This one bending that way. It's up for grabs in front of the net, but it rolls out of harm's way.
Yeah, I thought the far side for Bay was off. I thought he broke early. I don't know if you can see it on the replay here, but he definitely takes off before the ball is played. The ball doesn't make it to him, but he's certainly got a dangerous space. Cleared away nicely by Lexington. A little bit dangerous to go across your own box like that, but it keeps away from the front of the goal. Big throw in. Flicked on. That's the play. Weaver read it well. That's certainly by design. He throws it right to the corner of the box and just flick that chaotic ball up there. It's so hard to defend.
Second time Weaver's handled the rock tonight. This punt sky high. Won by Bay out of the air, but Potter backtracks. Gains possession here for the Minutemen. Just look at the pressure, though, from 3 different levels. And a takeaway from the backside by Ethan Jacobs. Hard tackle, and the whistle will come.
Yeah, a little bit of a late whistle. I think he was waiting to make sure that Bay wasn't going to come away with the ball there. Definitely brought him down, but this is near the same spot where they just had a free kick. Now, you watch the backside run. You can see it when the camera pans out. You watch the guy up top. He left early the last time. He was in the box early and caught the defender by surprise. So we'll see if that's a design play or he just misread the timing, but looks like they definitely go for the back post and just try and either lay it across or play it right to the goal.
Again, bending towards net. It's flicked on, and it's into the back. Bay with a goal early on in the match as they take the lead. Headed in by Reed Clark for the goal.
Yeah, that's the type of play we talked about. I mean, just those free kicks are so hard there. Obviously, he had to make a play to stop him going forward, but Bay has just got the quality and the skill. Here you see the replay. Great ball into the box. Bay gets the first touch, just the right flick, the right place. Does everything right to get the goal for a big, big 1-0 lead against Lexington.
Great look at it on the Hogsette physical therapy replay. You're right. That's just the perfect placement. Great drive, too, off of the free kick. Excellent execution. Bay strikes first.
Now here's what I don't know if they'll be able to keep this pressure. The top 3 for Bay right now are just playing incredibly high pressure and just all over the Lexington back line, forcing some of these turnovers and giveaways and fouls. I don't know if you can play 80 minutes with that pressure like they are, but so far it's certainly created what they need. And there's another free kick.
Right in the exact same area.
And it's going to be a yellow card as well, I think. And it is going to be at least a yellow card or a warning here. Let's see what he is going for the pocket. It's a yellow card.
So our first card of the match, and it's going to go against Nathan Kramer. Is going to have to check out. Shaking up a little bit there. You see walking gingerly, Ethan Jacobs.
We were 6 minutes in. This is the 3rd time I feel like I've watched this free kick from the same position. It was about where the goal was scored from the last free kick, and they've moved it up some, a little bit advantageous spotting of the ball. But obviously we know Bay's got some weapons here. This is, Million knows what he's doing on the ball. He plays a great ball in. And Bay, it's really whoever gets this ball first is going to be who comes away with it.
3rd time, basically from the exact same spot. This one driven a bit too hard. It's out of play, setting up a goal kick. The first couple were really in some deadly areas. That time just got a little bit too much juice behind it.
Yeah, I think Lexington catches a little bit of a break there. I mean, their first 2 opportunities were really solid. Obviously, one resulted in a goal, one in a bad clearance. So they catch a break there, get a goal kick now. They've given the ball away so fast to Bay. You're going to have to just hold it up, just kind of withstand that pressure a little bit. Bay's already won it back. There's going to be a foul on Bay in the middle of the field, though.
Free kick coming up for Lexington. Opportunity for them to move some bodies forward, get into the attacking third.
Yeah, go back to the yellow card for a second. From my vantage point, I didn't see a lot in the tackle, certainly a foul. That's a great ball into the box. That's huge.
Potter got a piece of it, but the keeper comes
Spilled
out to
out,
make
still rolling around.
Ooh.
Going back to the yellow card, though, I didn't see a lot of. The referee clearly saw something to give a yellow this early in the match. It had to warrant. There must have been something in the foul that he thought was that warranted that. That's a great ball in the box. Just the pressure there. That's why you just say, just run at the keeper. You don't have to foul him. You don't have to hit him. You just got to run at him. Just make him feel your presence a little bit. And Lex does that, and they get a throw in just for the pressure there, but they've given it away already.
That was Terrence Corbin, one of the heroes in the regional semifinal match. Now Depperschmidt flicked forward here. So turnover after turnover. Now Lex will regain possession, trying to find some feet in the middle of the field.
Again, there's that pressure. The striking pressure from Bay right now is just, it's on another level. You look, even the closeout there, Lex still keeps the ball, but just their quickness to press the ball right now is just really creating some confusion and some difficulty for Lex to move the ball forward efficiently.
Minutemen playing a bit more of an aggressive formation than they did against Bay earlier in the year. 3-5-2 for Lex to open things up.
I heard Jake Furr talk a little bit about that turning point. I think when we talked to Alex Depperschmidt after their Ontario game, he kind of alluded to some of it was his positioning, and Coach Tim as well. He started in the back, and Lex was really solid defensively, but then realized they got to be able to score to win games. And Depperschmidt said, put me up top, I can do this, and he has. I mean, he's been phenomenal up top. Lex has still been really solid defensively, so great adjustment by both player and coach there to really kind of turn this season around. And look at it now. I mean, all the way to the state semis, if not more, depending on this game. Big throw into the box.
Good job of shielding off the defender for Potter. Probably could have drawn a whistle, did not.
Yeah, a lot of contact, definitely up and over the back. It's so hard to give a PK on a ball that's played into, on a situation like that. Now, this tournament run, we've seen some weird PKs this time, so that would not have surprised me. But he definitely was on top of the back, kind of leaning into him. Probably a foul on any other part of the field except for right there for right now.
And I do actually appreciate that. It just is such a game changer, of course, to allow for a penalty kick. So that one, a little bit borderline, of course, so official lets it slide. We'll see if they're consistent with that call throughout the duration of the match. And you see in the last 6 minutes, Bay finding their offense, 4 shots, one of them finding its mark into the back of the net, and now looking to flip the field as they got a quick throw in.
Yeah, I doubt they take it because the last time they had a long throw, and it's creating some chaos in the box. This is a designed play that's so hard to defend. You play that long throw in kind of the front post, and the front post guy, he's not even trying to settle. He just wants to flick it towards the goal. It's so hard to read. You don't know. It's so unpredictable, so tough to defend. It really takes some special players to make it work. But their first opportunity was pretty good because of it.
How about that running start off the throw-in? It's actually off a Lex header bicycle attempt. And the shot low, Weaver, perfect position, able to gobble it up.
Yeah, and that's the play. That's the play by design. I think Lex might even hit that a little bit, but it's the design is just create chaos in front of the goal, and certainly that was it. And we saw a bicycle attempt, saw a guy near goal scoring opportunity. That's a big tackle in the middle. It's going to be clean, but a lot of contact. Good bit of skill. Much better from Lexington to hold the ball. They've got some space.
Nice carry here by Potter. 3 jerseys in blue all attack him. So they bring it out. Shot deflected. Jackson Husty loaded up for that one. And the counterattack could be on for Bay.
Good heads-up play there. Didn't give it away. Didn't give a turnover. That's really smooth there. That's much better to not give it away defensively. Now you've got the ball. You're able to kind of reset, get some positioning back. Much better job by Lexington.
No question about it. And now they've gotten a chance to try to be aggressive here offensively, but that pass is going to be deflected from Zachary Turlow. And again, here come the Rockets.
Great
looking cross and the header. Wow, Weaver with an exceptional save.
That's a quality play all around from both teams. The ball in was great. The header was great, but the save is phenomenal. This is excellent delivery right here, right where it needs to be, unmarked in the middle. But Weaver getting down, getting out, keeping that ball out. Coming back from 2-0 is so difficult in a game like this, especially with early goals. That's a huge, huge save. But it's not quite done yet because you got to defend a corner, and Bay has proven to be dangerous on the set pieces, throw-ins, free kicks. I mean, they are getting near goals every opportunity the ball is stopped and they're into the field.
Evans especially has shown that he knows how to put it on the money off these set pieces. Here he is again. Back post. Launched way up. And Lex is going to clear it out of bounds.
Yeah, I do wonder if, not to take anything away from Evans, but is he on the field just because of his set piece ability? I mean, watching, he's so confident on the ball, so smooth on the ball. And you look at that, I mean, it's another great ball in. Certainly he can play on the field as well. But
yeah, quality goal scorer for Bay throughout the season. I believe tied for tops in terms of goals made this season. So an ability certainly to pass it. Top assist guy on the squad. Just a real dangerous player, of course, when he gets to set up on those set pieces.
Absolutely. Here's that play again. This time he holds it up and plays it across. That's a tough ball. Again, it's tough to defend because you know there's just weapons all around him there. So, again, Weaver coming up big play. He's playing great right now, giving up a goal early, but that is not on him. It's just, it's a bad punt, though. Bay's got some numbers going forward. That's a bad giveaway.
Got a 3-on-3. This one low. Backside again. Weaver comes out. And offsides actually blew the play dead, but another phenomenal save by the senior keeper.
Yeah, Bay is just so efficient in their attack right now. I mean, their heads are up. They're finding it's a bad giveaway. It's 3-on-3, and you've got to stop the ball there, and Bay just finds the right gaps. He is offsides. Weaver does make a huge save again, but, man, Bay is just moving the ball so well right now.
The confidence, though, of the Lexington goalkeeper got to be at a maximum. Playing great right now, but Bay, just so many different weapons. Another good ball right in front of the framework. And now Milian volleys it to himself, loads up, and drives one way over top.
Yeah, he can definitely play, too. It's not just for free kicks. He's a solid player. Just I hadn't seen much, and then now I watch him play. His touch is smooth. He's winning balls in the air. This guy's the real deal.
When I talked to Pete Tem at practice yesterday, I said, what do you got a game plan for? And he said, if there's any individual player, it's going to be number 10. And you see why here tonight. Got the big assist so far, and definitely the creativity has been demonstrated. And you see 12 goals, 15 assists now after he put one away here. Having a phenomenal season. And they got him late. I believe that he was playing a club or international level early in the year and then joined the team either midway through and has been one of the top contributors. So, you know, what a feather to be put in the cap of Coach Doherty and company.
Yeah, I can't remember the name of his club, but I believe it Nationals maybe, but certainly a top-level player. And, you know, that's when you get it, programs and communities like this, sometimes you don't get your best players playing on the school team because they have better opportunity to do other things. Certainly can bring, referee's going to bring it back for the foul there, but you'll find that players will find, you know, if they have a chance for a professional level or perhaps a bigger Division I scholarship, they'll look to see what's the best way to do that. And for some of these guys, it's not playing high school soccer.
Yeah.
In our community, it's a little bit of a foreign concept, but you know, for these guys, you got to look at the future as well. But lucky for Bay, he's back. Unfortunately for Lexington, he's back.
Jacob half the way, the lefty puts it in traffic, headed out of there by the Rockets. But the Minutemen, boy, they got bodies forward, looking to get something out of this possession.
Yeah, there's a lot of contact in the box again there. I think Potter went down. I couldn't tell. 2 Bay defenders, I think, went down. So a lot of contact in that box. It's twice. Referee's looking right at it. His eyes were on it. He's watching the contact. I think that might be the one way for Lex to get back in right away is to see can you get a foul in the box and get the PK to level things up.
Here comes one of the captains, Hathaway up. He's got a big throw. Minutemen got plenty of players in the box. And they're going to make a run. 3 up top. Still in a dangerous area. Bodies flying, hitting the deck. And finally.
It's still bouncing around. Oh, a goal line save. Whew. Referee, what's going on here? What do we call? He's going to call a goal kick or a foul. I thought the keeper had it a couple of times. I think he's called a foul. Looks from the spotting, the ball's not on the line, so it's going to be a foul on Lexington. Kind of a chaotic play there. You just see
no question
5 or 6 guys just kind of running into each other.
Karras mishandled it at first, so it leaks to the back, and
I wonder if he called dangerous play. Potter is on the ground and made a play.
Looks like it, judging from where the ball's marked.
Yeah, a lot of stuff going on. But that's been a couple of times. I think if Lexington can keep the ball, that's going to be an interesting foul there in the middle. See, that's the foul. You didn't give the PK at the other side, but you're certainly going to give it in the middle of the field. But for Lexington, if they can get the ball in the box, Bay has just been very physical and a lot of contact, but no PKs yet. But you kind of feel like it could be headed that way, the way the things have gone so far.
Good ball to the outside here for Cooper Mendelo. But it ends up again in the hands of Weaver, doing his job here.
Yeah, uncharacteristic bad punt last time. This time certainly it's a little more to be expected there. But again, right back to Bay. Million wins it in the middle. Bay's attacking with numbers already.
One-timer lined up there from Heinett. Now he's got the rock. Out to the wing. Sent in. And the header off target this time.
I'll tell you, if you're playing against Bay, you have to be very alert defensively because they move the ball so well. They get it wide, and they just pick their head up. They're looking for that open guy in the middle. And they just missed a couple times. It's very key. That the way they attack is run to within 30 yards. That ball's going to go wide one time. There's going to be a quality service in, so you've really got to be locked on to where the ball is, where the guy you're marking is. Otherwise, it's going to be an open goal for Bay.
Goal kick. First touch taken by Lexington, but it was heavy, and here come the Rockets again.
Just good speed and skill there.
Yeah, great individual effort all the way down to the touchline, and just ran out of real estate, didn't have enough to get across.
Yeah, good supporting, covering help there for Lexington to kind of slide over and make sure he couldn't play the ball in. If you really got to limit that with pressure, don't let them pick their head up. Don't let the guys in the middle get set up, and just press that ball and then make sure your guys in the middle are locked in defensively. Otherwise, it's just going to be, can you win the header every time? And Million has just won every header, every goal kick, every punt. Somehow it goes right to Million. He's in the right position, and puts Bay right back in the attack nearly every time.
And here they are again. Depperschmidt can't clear. Now he will to the midfield to his brother. But the touch by Alex doesn't find Potter. Million with a nice pass to the wing. Cutting in here, Bozak.
Good bit of skill there, but Lex again, the supporting defenders did well. I think he just falls. I don't think it's a foul. Yep.
So it'll lead to another goal kick. So Bay 9 shots, Lex with just 3 at this point of the match.
Yeah, this is the play. You know, these punts and goal kicks have allowed Bay to get right back in the attack. So you got to figure out, can we do something a little bit different? Because right now, every time we play the ball to midfield, it's going right to Million, and he's getting it right back at us. There's a little bit shorter. Lex comes away with it. Somehow still hits Million. He's got the ball, and he's going the other way.
What just a feisty, crafty player. And that one just barely kept in bounds there by Hathaway, showing off some speed. But
yeah, did play it out of bounds, though. I mean, it's just kind of just going against Lexington right now. You just kind of got to find something that's going to change that momentum, change the rhythm of the game. Right now, it's just you're having to defend. And when you're already down 1, the team's as talented as it, you just got to be able to hold the ball a little bit, create those pockets of space, get the ball downfield, just try and get in the box a little bit. Lex is so efficient at that counterattack, but right now just struggling to find Gage and Depperschmidt to really get the ball going forward.
Potter basically has been a non-factor in the counterattack so far. Number 7 has not had the typical touches that he does usually in the first 20 minutes of a game.
Yeah, usually it's so smooth in the middle with Depperschmidt and Potter. It's just kind of the 1-2 combination play. Wow, what a great play. Just a little bit of a kind of a chip over defender and went for it. I mean, if the one thing is true about Bay, the green light is on. They do not mind shooting the ball, and their eyes are up. They're looking to the goal. I mean, they'll pull that trigger from anywhere. But for Gage and Depperschmidt, usually it's so smooth with their transition, and their heads are up. They find that space. The counterattack's on. Part of it is that they're not really getting the ball in the transition. They're losing in situations here.
Sure.
And then the counterattacks become less and less.
That one pinged way up high. Bay somehow going to come away with it. Looking for some options here is Bozak. Tried to leave it off here for Milo Hynett, and it's out of bounds for a throw-in.
Man, this guy has already won like 6 or 7 headers in the middle of the field. I mean, he does it all. He's skilled with the ball at his feet. He plays the free kicks great. He wins the ball to the air. This guy's a fun player to watch.
Small in stature, too, standing basically right next to him for some of his pregame warm-up. I'd say maybe about 5'8".
It's going to be another long Bay throw-in. We've seen the chaos of these throw-ins. Oh, referee's giving it to Lexington. He called the deflection, but the deflection was actually off Lexington.
Definitely went off of Luke Roberts' leg.
I can't believe the lines person wouldn't overrule that. I mean, she's clearly looking down the line at it. I don't understand why he wouldn't. There's an obvious deflection. But that's all right. It's going to be Lex throwing, and of course it goes to Million anyways.
Racing away with it, though, the other way. Nathan Kramer.
On the other side of the bracket, Cincinnati, Wyoming is already up 3-0 at halftime against Unoto.
Wow.
I mean, really impressive. That Wyoming team, they're a solid team. I didn't know much about the opponent for that other side. I looked him up, and good record, not a lot of great impressive results, but good record. And obviously, they got to this point. They did what they needed to do, but 3-0 down at halftime is a tough result.
Bay looking to add to their 1-0 advantage here. Another deep throw-in. Driven in, but headed away. But Million, of course, right there. Puts it back in a dangerous place.
Yeah, what's impressive about him is he either gets the first touch on the ball or the second. One of the two, or it's going right to him somehow.
Ball not able to be saved back into the field of play, so it's going to be a Minutemen throw-in.
Bay is so quick in their attack. Their players are so skilled, so fast with the ball. You just really got to be alert defensively. What I'm not sure, what we've not seen is Bay defend at a high level. I think every time Lex has gotten forward, it's just been kind of a chaotic play where the keeper's kind of bobbled it. It should be a foul there.
Certainly will be.
So this is the type of play, I mean, they've been close a couple times here. There's been some contact in the box. The keeper's dropped it a couple times. If you can put this ball deep in the box, it can kind of change the complexion of this game a little bit.
Like to just play it back here to Hathaway. Let him make a decision. And makes a pretty good drive on the ball, lofting it just on the outside of the 18. Depper-Schmidt trying to track it down. Can't do it.
It's close. Yeah, I think it just slipped out on the line right before he got his second touch on it. It's going to be a Bay throw, and they're going to have a substitution as well. I mean, that's what I wonder about that top press. I mean, they just have guys running at the Lex back line so fast, so quickly, creating a lot of the turnovers we've been talking about. And so can they continue that pace for the entire game? I don't know, but so far it has proven to be advantageous for them.
Corbin defended well. Looked like he tried to get it to his teammate. Bad pass, and so the Rockets gonna have it down in the attacking third where they've been making a living here.
Yeah, I feel like I know we kind of said this about the free kicks. This throw-in, I feel like I've seen this throw-in maybe 10 times already this game. I mean, they're going to throw it right to the first guy who's going to flick it towards the goal, and we'll go from there. And there it is. Lex good positioning defensively.
Now Depper-Schmidt tries to make a turn. Looked like a good-looking trap. And Potter comes away. Gets it, deflected right to the feet of Alex.
You see the craftiness and the speed there. Splits two defenders, keeps the ball. It's a tough giveaway. They had some space going forward there. Just kind of got to let that play develop. And that's part of figuring out the rhythm of the game. Of there's been so much pressure defensively, but there was some time there to keep the ball and kind of let that play happen.
It's going to be a Minutemen throw-in. Corbin down the line, headed right back towards him. No whistle there, or at least an advantage here for Bay. Million puts it into the box, and nobody able to make a run.
Yeah, that might have been the first mistake I've seen him make. I mean, trying to force that ball in. Lex had their defensive shape there, but the other guy, if he played it this space there, he was in on goal. So he's not perfect. He's certainly good, but he's not perfect.
Lexington having so much trouble getting a connecting pass going towards net. See if they get one here. It's broken up, but corner kick on the way here for the Minutemen.
That's a good momentum shift there. You got the ball, you got it forward. I think if Lexington can keep the ball and get in the attacking area, they can find the gaps in the rhythm to score against this Bay team. Bay is very talented offensively. I've not been impressed defensively with their shape, and there's a lot of contact every time the ball's been in the box. We'll see if that results in anything for Lexington, but certainly it's been physical in the box.
Depperschmidt bending it towards the net. Wow, a leaping keeper went right through. It looked like Andrew Laurie.
Yeah, I love everything about that play from both teams. I mean, the corner kick's an absolutely phenomenal ball in. I think by design, because Lex broke onto it. Only player going was for Lexington and the keeper just makes the right read, because if he's a second late, he's getting that ball out of the back of the net rather than out of his hands.
Alec Karras, senior goalkeeper, looked like he might have worn a shot, a kick to the side there. Came up with a big save.
Yeah, definitely some contact in the approach there. Here's the corner kick one more time. Great ball in. It's absolutely terrific. Just the keeper just makes the first play, which is huge there.
Actually looked like the kick definitely hit him, but probably in the thigh. So sometimes as a goalie, you got to be able to give up the body. So we saw from the captain, Karras. Just under 12 minutes to go here in this opening half.
This guy was even in the right position, adjusted, and still won the header and got it forward. Really, this guy's impressive. I'm really impressed with his ability in the middle. You know, you mentioned his stature. I mean, the guy's won by far the most amount of headers in the game so far.
Some players just have that knack for knowing where the ball is going to be out of the air.
It's one of those things. It's hard to coach too. I mean, sometimes guys just have that ability to just the knowledge to predict where the ball is going to go. It's going to be a free kick. It's a dangerous ball in the box. Defended nicely by Corbin, though, but is going to go right to Bay. There you see that skill again. Multiple guys who just have the ability to go one-on-one.
Yeah, Milo puts it to the corner. That one, I think, went off of Corbin. But the referee says, actually, goal kick.
I believe he called it. I think it's a corner kick, yeah.
Okay.
And then Bay is subbing in as well. I think that's what he's signaling. So good crowd here tonight. It's such a fun atmosphere. There's obviously playing in Crew Stadium is a great, especially with the new stadium. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Oh, yeah.
But there are a few things that beat the atmosphere of a game like tonight when you're so close to the dream, to the goal. That's another great ball in. So much riding on the communities behind you. For Lexington, never making it to the state championships, of the community, of that community support. Bay, who it seems like they're in this position every year, but does not result in a lot of state championships. It's really interesting. You look at the success they've had, and you mentioned the record of their coach and just the program success. So incredible, except for no state championships to account for it outside of their dominance. Really interesting.
Did win state titles in 1991 and 1993, but over the last 10 years, 150 wins, Jesse. Did get to the state championship 3 consecutive years. Lost to Columbus DeSales on each of those occasions.
Oh, that DeSales team was insane. We were there, I think, 2014 when they were there, and we watched that game, and DeSales is just another level. Sometimes you get to the state championship, and you realize it's the 2 best teams in this division, and then you realize sometimes there's another level within that division. I know we saw that a couple years in a row with Summit Country Day at Division III. They were one of the 2 best teams in Division III, but then come to play the game, they were the best team in the state of Ohio by far. I mean, really incredible talent there. There's going to be a foul against Bay, so this is the kind of stuff Lex needs. The game slows down, the game stops. You can load up the box. There's been some Bay has struggled to defend. They've not given up a goal, but it seems like every time Lex gets this ball here, it's resulted in just this kind of confusing, chaotic play right in front of the goal, but no goal to show for it yet.
Jack Depperschmidt tees it up. He's going to give way for his teammate, though, Hathaway. put a nice ball into the box previously tonight. And the lefty's going to drive it in here again. Back post. Keeper is out. This time he makes the play, squeezes it.
Yeah, we've talked a lot about the Bay Field players, but the keeper has done a phenomenal job. He's every read, he's getting out on the ball, he's catching the air, he's just right place, right time. And that's a lot of goalkeeping, just positioning and timing. And so far, he's been everywhere he needs to be.
Tackle at midfield again is going to result in a penalty against the Minutemen. So free kicks piling up here for Bay. Only been able to capitalize off of one of them, though, so far. They've had a lot of good-looking opportunities.
Yeah, it's really, if it's inside the 30, that's really where they're dangerous. So I've not seen the ability to kind of drive that ball in from there. Lex is usually pretty good at getting under the ball and getting it out from this distance. It's when it's inside the 30-yard line that's really tough for Lex to defend. That should result in a corner, though. That's certainly deeper than they've been playing that ball in. It's going to be a Bay corner kick now, and they're going to sub in as well.
So Milian taking his time, setting it up.
Yeah, just a junior. I mean, such a phenomenal player, able to do so many things with the ball we've seen already. His corner kicks have been dangerous. It's another one in. Defended nicely by Lexington, though.
Yeah, perfect position that time by the Minutemen. Trying to get the counterattack. That's an excellent ball here in transition on the money. Depperschmidt funnels it forward now. And Starling was making a nice push, at least forced the defender to put it out.
Love it. That's so much better than their other counterattacks. I mean, they got it up, they got it wide, they were moving defenders around. Just that final ball in was a little off, but that counterattack was efficient. Just the execution on that final pass was a little rough, but the three passes to get to that position definitely set them apart there.
Gage Potter comes back, got possession. And now a throw-in on the way here for the Minutemen. They'll send Hathaway forward for this. He's their strong arm specialist.
Yeah, I feel like the quality of these chances are increasing for Lexington. They're getting the ball in the box. They're getting there. Now it's time you guys start getting shots on goal, though. Just a low line drive in. Interesting play. It's going to be a corner kick. Yep, going to be a corner kick for Lexington. Kind of a different style of throw. Normally he kind of puts it high in the middle, and it went kind of hard, low at the feet. Forced a corner out of Bay.
Second time tonight that we've seen Gage Potter just kind of backing his way into a defender, kind of like a box out in basketball. Didn't draw a whistle, but he does earn a corner kick here. Depperschmidt takes it, and it's going to be busted up right in the middle of the field by Carson Gurgey.
Yeah, I've not figured out how. It's a big miss in the middle. I've not figured out how Lex calls their plays yet, because there'll be times when Gage gets up in the air to win the ball, and then there are times he gets so low to the ground, in which we saw early on, Bay kind of jumped over top of him. So there's something in there. There's definitely some contact. I think Milian knew that play, though, knew what was going on, felt the contact in the back. Yeah, he's a smart player. Just felt the contact, knew he wasn't going to get the header, and man, Bay just attacked so fast on the outside there. I mean, just so quick with the ball, inside, outside. Just really got to be on your toes defensively to keep him in front of you.
And Lexington knew heading into the match. They self-admitted yesterday, I talked to about 6 players, that individual player for player, talent-wise, they did not have the better team coming into this matchup, but they felt like if they could play and execute their game plan, they certainly would have a shot, and hanging tough here as they're starting to get more opportunities. But Bay has had the run of play more often than not here in this opening half.
Yeah, and Bay just says, oh, I thought he got the ball there. See Coach Tim's reaction on the sideline. He agrees. He thought he got the ball as well. Referee's caught it pretty tight so far, like especially anything at the feet there. It's been pretty consistently. It's going to be a foul. You see the replay here. He's going to turn. Kind of gets the ball. Yeah, that's definitely a foul. He runs to the back of him. It looked probably clean because the Bay player took a bad touch. It kind of got away from him a little bit. But then Lex definitely catches him in the back of the leg. That's certainly a foul.
Connor Bozak to strike this free kick from the football 34. Good looking ball. The header is going to float out of bounds here on the near side. Should stay with the Rockets, but
it's going to be a Lex throw, and I think Bay might have caught it at the very end of the, kind of deflected into another header there. So this has been the struggling point, though, is kind of getting out of their own end. It's going to be that'll be a Lex thrown, excuse me. But it's been this transition play out where you're kind of not beyond that 30-yard on the football field and just not able to kind of break midfield. Bay has done really well pressing and just kind of keeping the ball contained in this area. Yeah, I really think playing in that Bay back line really separates this game a little bit. The players in the middle are great. The guys up top are great. But if you can stretch that back line a little bit, make them run, make them make some decisions, I think that's where Lex is going to find the advantage. That's a great ball in the box.
It was Potter on the charge. That one found its way somehow down to the feet there of Dan Elgin, who took the shot.
Yeah, kind of a broken play there, kind of a panic shot. The shot itself is not bad, but the execution's not great. You know, just take a touch, set yourself up. These guys have got the quality to just hit from there. You just got to set yourself up for it. That's a great punt. I mean, hit that 30 on the other side.
Depperschmidt with the touch for Potter. Million, of course, gets there. But it's going to be the Minutemen maintaining possession here. Husty trying to take it through the middle and intercepted. Going the other way here, Bozak.
Just see the smoothness and base transition that their heads are up. They're finding the open player. Good ball across. That's defended nicely there.
Excellent tackle that time.
But it's given away right to Millian. I mean, just the guy's position is so smart. Just ends up with the ball at nearly every possession.
Depperschmidt with a good-looking ball and basically like a 1-on-7 here for Potter. He never cares. He's charging straight ahead, and the sliding tackle takes it away.
It's a big tackle, man. That's not easy to do. Potter's got a full head of steam there, and he's a big guy. Now Bay's countering the other way, though. I mean, it's kind of a back-and-forth game.
Cross.
That's a great ball. That's a great goal.
Wow. Bay makes it 2-0 in short time. Put away by Reed Clark. Just a perfectly placed cross. Weaver had good position. Could not get any of his hands on it.
Yeah, the counterattack was executed so well there by Bay. I mean, just, again, heads up. That's a great ball across. It's got to be away from the keeper, but in front of his guy. He puts it in the one place he could put it, and the finish is right. He knows the keeper's coming at him. Just got to be contact towards the goal, and he does just that. Great goal by Bay.
Could be a game changer, as you mentioned. Such a different perspective when you're down 2 goals versus just 1. And with 94 seconds before that whistle to end this first half, that's a huge score.
Yeah, that's a tough timeline to give up a goal, and you kind of been battling back. You had some chances there. Kind of game was kind of even out a little bit, and then right before halftime to concede a goal like that is really tough.
Minutemen have been defending pretty well, bend but not break for the most part. But the counterattack for Bay, able to get a second big goal.
It's a bad giveaway for Bay. Let's see if Lexington maybe capitalize there, get some numbers forward. If they don't force it in, Bay's got 5 defenders sitting back now. That's kind of changed the complexion of the game. Bay doesn't need to score anymore, probably. They're going to be pretty content to not let Lex score and let the game end like this, even though it's only halftime.
Oh, another interception. So the Rockets looking for more. They've got about a 3-on-3.
It's a great ball again. This Bay team, man. Tell you what, there's 2 things that really are setting them apart. They're pressure defensively from their attacking players to create turnovers. And once they create that turnover, their heads are up. They're going to goal. They're finding the right gaps and just playing the right ball in. These guys up front can really play.
See if they get one more crack at it here. Final 15 seconds. Minutemen now with possession with Husty. Just missed Depperschmidt on that one.
It's going to be probably the final ball out of there.
And that will take us to the end of the opening half. 2 big goals so far by Reed Clark is the difference. Both communities out here supporting state Final Four soccer. Excellent atmosphere. And it's the Rockets doing what they've done. Own the Minutemen so far in this matchup historically, and with a 2-0 advantage here at the half. We'll take a quick timeout. We'll be back with our Tito's halftime, including an interview with head coach Peter Ten. Keep it here. State Championship Soccer on the OH Report will return in just a moment.
My name is Jack Depperschmidt. I play center back, and you're watching OH Report. Oh, I messed it up. You were close. Yeah, Final Four on OH Report. Sorry. Yeah. My name is Jack Depperschmidt. I play center back, and you're watching the Final Four on OH Report.
Welcome to Richland County's first artificial intelligence ATM. And if you car dance to this song you're listening to now, I will give you $50. See, that's something an ATM can never do.
Oh my gosh, are you serious?
Oh, we're serious.
Gosh, that's awesome. Thank you.
Thank you. We hope your day is a little bit better today.
Yes, thank you.
Are you looking for a solid career, job security, great pay, and rapid advancement? An important role with a global leader that invests in state-of-the-art technology, develops world-class solutions, and is committed to a cleaner tomorrow? Yeah, we have just what you're looking for.
Man, what should I listen to on the OH Report today? Dude, listen to the Friday Night Pigskin. You got highlights and scores from all around the area.
The OH Report podcast has more than just football.
No, listen to the Pigskin. The Pigskin.
Podcast.
Pigskin. Pigskin.
Podcast.
Pigskin. Why not
Podcast.
Pigskin?
Podcast.
Dude, clean your ears out, man.
Bro, there's so much space in here.
What a catch!
Welcome to the Tito's Cantina and Grill halftime. We're at the break. Bay leads Lexington 2-0 here in the state semifinals in Sandusky at Perkins. I'm Brian Skoronsky alongside Jesse Ryder. And, you know, we thought this Bay team was going to be special. We've heard about them. And obviously they've got the exceptional individual talent on full display there in the first 40 minutes.
Absolutely. Well, and I think just their pressure on the ball has just created so many turnovers that's led to near goal-scoring opportunities and goal-scoring opportunities. And really, I'm really impressed with the work rate of those strikers. Sometimes you'll have teams where you have strikers who know how to finish, they know how to get goals. But if you have a striker who works that hard defensively to create those opportunities to get the ball back, that's a game changer. And right now, that's what Bay's doing. Their pressure over that first half, I mean, just created so many turnovers off a pretty solid Lexington backs line. Just kept creating those turnovers, allowed Bay more and more chances, and they capitalized when they needed to.
Let's take a look at the first half numbers now. You talked about all the chances they were able to come up with. 12 shots, 6 of them on target, and a lot of those too set up by some fouls from Lexington. And Million, we saw, you know, he's pretty special the way that he's able to drive in those free kicks. Lexington, in some regards, actually played pretty well to make this just a 2-0 game.
Yeah, these are two quality teams, and so I think what we're seeing right now is a little bit of clash of styles and the results of that. So for Bay, I mean, they're creating the turnovers and creating the chances. Lexington, when they've been able to keep the ball and get downfield, they've been able to create some chances. Not quite the same quality that Bay has. It's a little bit different style right now, but they're getting the ball into the box, and that's when they've had a couple decent looks. A couple kind of confusing plays, kind of forced Bay into being good defenders, but they've struggled to get it from their end to the opposite end through possession, through just kind of moving the ball on the ground. What's really been working well for them is putting the ball over top, make the Bay defenders turn around and try and track it down. And you know, when you've got a player like Gage Potter running after you, you feel that pressure, and sometimes it leads to a mistake.
And our Travis Berardi spoke to the official just a couple of minutes ago about the first Gage Potter incident in the box where he got pushed down and there was no whistle. And according to the referee, he thought that Gage was already losing his balance before there was the contact. So that's why there was no whistle on that, even though obviously there was some contact on the play. Travis is going to catch up with Peter Tim here in just a moment. But first, I would like to thank all of our generous sponsors that help make tonight's Final Four soccer broadcast live and free for all of you folks watching on Facebook and YouTube. Those being Mechanics Bank. There's always a better way to bank. Let's find yours at mymechanics.com. The Maximum Performance Center of Lexington. Faust Chiropractic, specializing in working with athletes and active people to prevent injury and maximize potential, located at 201 East Main Street in Lexington, in the same space as Hogsette Physical Therapy. Movement specialists, reimagining traditional physical therapy and personal training, located right next to the Happy House. And Tito's Cantina and Grill, try the fusion between authentic Mexican and Korean right in the heart of Lexington. I had it once for my birthday. Fantastic. A really creative menu. Had a great time hanging out there. My producer was there as well, Adam. He just gave me the thumbs up. He agrees. It was a really good time, so I would recommend actually every single spot. Got to meet the people at Faust Chiropractic and Hogsette Physical Therapy yesterday, and they truly do feel like they are dedicated to making sure that the people of Lexington are getting the needed specialty in the area for physical training. So big shout out to all of our sponsors for bringing you tonight's broadcast live and free as you look in on the Bay Village Huddle. And it looks like our Travis has Peter Tim down there. He just needs a camera person who's over in the huddles. So we'll go ahead and just toss it down to Travis. We're able to hear him. Travis, take it away.
Just talked with Coach Them, guys, and he said the point of emphasis in the second half is to get some more offensive pressure, keep, balls to feet right now for the Lexington side. They keep giving it away to Bay, and Bay keeps, as he would say, ramming it down their throats. So what they have to do is just keep the ball pressure up, keep positive passing in the offensive end, and, they can get some more pressure that way. Back up to you guys.
All right, appreciate the insight, Travis, and obviously it all makes sense, Jesse.
Yeah, I mean, Coach Tim's saying the same thing, right? You can't keep giving Bay multiple chances. You can't can't give the ball away in your defensive side, which is easier said than done. So it's one of those things you kind of got to learn that rhythm of the game a little bit. For Lexington, just understand you don't have the time to take multiple touches because Bay's right there, pressing right away. So you really got to take a touch, head up, and you got to find that ball forward quickly or find another way to release pressure. Otherwise, they're coming away with it. Can't quite see it on the bottom of your screen here. Bay's going to run a little bit, looks like a kickoff play here. 3 guys right on the line looking to run forward. You see Coach Tim there kind of maybe yelling out the instructions to how you're going to defend this. It's just kind of a different look. You know, sometimes you'll look at something like this just to kind of get a goal or an opportunity right away.
Maybe sometimes just a little bit of mind games.
Yeah, absolutely. And certainly that's not how it's supposed to be executed. And really the strategy is interesting for this Bay. When they get it forward, oh my.
Wow, big collision. That's going to be obviously outside of the box, and it's going to favor the Minutemen.
It's a lot of contact. Obviously, it goes up and over, and I think, Bay definitely kind of leans into it, jumps into him. Lex kind of backs into it. You could kind of argue either way there, but the referee signaled for a Lexington free kick, who has already given the ball back to Milian.
He presses it out wide. Pressure from the wing. And it looks like a whistle is going to blow the play dead. Maybe over the touchline on the far side.
Earlier in the half, we talked about this Milian Evans and trying to identify his club. It's the Philadelphia Union Academy out of Pennsylvania, one of the top clubs in our area, and part of that MLS kind of direct club. I mean, certainly high level. So he's used to this competition, used to this level. Sometimes what you can't duplicate at the club level, I've played and coached both. What you can't duplicate is atmosphere. You can play in some big club-level games, but you never have the school, the community kind of backing you. You'll have coaches, you'll have scouts, you'll have maybe a same team within your club, but never a crowd like this to kind of come and just cheer you on and support you and kind of encouraging you for the community. I'd say that's the one difference. What keeps a lot of talented high school players in high school is this atmosphere right here, being able to have your whole town, your community, your school cheer and celebrate you on and want you to succeed. At the club level, you get maybe some better competition, but you miss out on this atmosphere that's just incredible tonight.
Young lady that we just had the pleasure to watch the last 4 years, Taylor Huff, of course, that was an option that she elected to make, playing for her high school team, and it worked out pretty well, getting a state championship just a season ago for the Lady Rams.
Followed by an SEC championship just this past weekend, I believe. So
awesome stuff, and I have an admission to make, Jesse. I don't know that I've ever watched college women's soccer until this year because of T-Huff. I've got SEC Network on all the time, and it was really awesome to watch what they were able to do on Sunday to get that championship. And almost a nice build-up there by Lexington, though that last pass just was not available from Potter.
Yeah, I'm wondering if Bay switched formations a little bit. In the first half, they attacked with 3 so quickly and so fast. Looks like they might have dropped another guy into the middle just to help out defensively.
Could be right.
To kind of limit that Lexington counterattack and maybe just their attack in general. But in that first half, Bay had just so much pressure on the ball and then attacked with 3. But here's the one switch I do see. Milian's up top right now. He's kind of making those runs forward. He's got the speed and the skill to get forward. We'll see if he gets the ball. There was such a ball winner in the middle of the field.
Turnover here. Now Potter looking for some options. Depperschmidt back to Corbin. We've seen him do that a few different times tonight because Lex has just had so much trouble connecting passes going towards the net once they've got into attacking range. Nice carry here by Jacobs.
Just incredible speed and skill here, just all the way in. It's going to be a corner kick, I believe.
No indication yet.
He's called a goal kick. I don't know. The sideline official never signaled. You can watch the replay here. I thought clearly Lexington hit out of bounds. Let's see the replay again, kind of watch the last contact.
Yeah, it looks like it goes off of Depperschmidt's left foot and out of bounds. So a bit of a break here for the Minutemen, avoiding defending against a corner kick.
Oh, that's the right idea there. They got to put the ball into space, and If you can turn the defenders around, it's going to open this game up a little bit. Everything's played in front of the Bay defenders. If it's in front, that's the stretch. Just get it up to the guys up top. They're not really interested in completing a lot of little passes from the back line. It's just get it to these guys and watch them work. That's a great ball again.
Right in the middle of the field. Broken up last minute.
But can you turn the Bay defenders around, force them to kind of turn, retreat, make decisions defensively? If you just play in front of them, they're going to be in the right position, the right space to kind of keep the ball, win the ball, and get right back in the attack. I mean, that ball was just seconds from a Lexington attack, and all of a sudden Bay's almost scoring on the other end. Here's the maestro in the corner. I mean, this guy's just playing dangerous ball. Wherever he's at on the field, he just plays a dangerous ball in. They've had some good-looking corner kicks. Haven't scored from a corner kick yet.
Evans back post. Finds its way outside of the box now. Starling with some good pressure.
Can't quite keep it in. Certainly the hustle was there, but just couldn't quite keep the ball in play. Bay, you're going to see this. Bay's going to be in no hurry to do anything at this point. I mean, you're up 2. You have 34 minutes between you and a state championship game. So I think everything's just going to be a little slower, a little delayed, a little methodical. And it's going to be a Lexington goal kick here. Even the throw-ins, they take their time, set the ball down. Look for the long throw kind of set up. There's no hurry in the game for them right now.
Weaver off the goal kick, headed right back towards him. But the Minutemen able to secure the rock. Far side, Corbin into traffic. Had it picked off, flicked to the middle. And now Jacobs, I mean, just the individual skill that he has displayed tonight. He has gone at multiple defenders a bunch of different times and won.
Yeah, they're very skilled and crafty with the ball. Their touches are always just touches away from pressure, gives them the speed and the time to kind of reset there and, if trying to move a defender out of the way, then attack that space. Just so smooth with the ball up top.
Minutemen cannot clear as Elgin's pass deflected. This one ripped from outside, but it goes wide of the framework.
Lex is going to sub a couple of players in here. Looks like two players are subbing on for Lexington.
Jackson Husty's going to check out.
So this is the play. This is kind of the play you've got to figure out how to execute out of, because nearly every goal kick and every punt, Bay has won and put Bay back in the attack. So you've got to figure out a way, how can we get this ball forward without giving it away? That's a better touch. You don't have to play it deep and long every time. You just got to move those defenders around a little bit and then attack in that space. And this is the first I've really seen him do it. A little bit of contact there. Referee says play on. Now Bay's got the ball back on the counterattack.
And this is the guy that they've been finding. Jacobs so creative, draws yet another whistle, and they'll put Million on the ball yet again.
Yeah, this is right around that area where they're dangerous. I mean, anything inside of 30, it's pretty dangerous. They're going to play quick here, and
it's going to set up another big driving shot. This one sails tall from the captain, Bozak.
It's a designed play, I think. Million's looking off the ball the other way, and then knows the center back's running out the other way. Just lay it in front of him, see if he can catch him by surprise. I like the creativity, but, for as effective as they've been with the ball, it's interesting that they wouldn't play it in the box directly.
Looks like we've got a handball. Depperschmidt plays it quick, out to the wing. Now Alex with a quick turn. Poked out of bounds. Lexington trying to generate some offense here. They have been red hot here as of late. Talked about it in the pregame. Since the Bay match during the regular season, been averaging over 6 goals per game in tournament play. Of course, they've been great. 15 goals, 13 goals in the sectional, 7 and 6 in the districts. Things, of course, tightened up in the regional round. 1-0 win over Bishop Watterson before 3-2 knocking off Lima Shawnee in overtime.
You see the speed. Again, that's what we talk about. The pressure of Bay just went from a play that was nothing to all of a sudden they were attacking with the ball in the box. Just happened to sail out of bounds on them. Bay just does so well to pressure the ball and just get it back so quickly.
Another nice carry here. Sanfilippo. A lot of contact.
Oh, he does bring it back. I thought it was contact both ways. You definitely saw some jersey there from Lexington. You see it kind of both ways, yeah, but definitely it's going to favor the guy with the ball. And this is that dangerous area we've been talking about. Milian on the ball here is certainly, he's creative, he's skilled, and he's shown that he's got just an ability to put the ball wherever he wants on a free kick.
This an angle, certainly if he wants to, could take a shot. Got a bunch of friends charging in, plays it in low. Corbin with the header, and now swatted out of there by Kramer.
And another design play off the free kick. The base sent, oh, it's a reckless tackle there. Referee said play on. There's no advantage. I think I'd just rather him bring it back at this point. But on the free kick, they sent everybody but one player in on the first run and then leaves the ball. You see just the second run comes in, one-on-one, just missed that opportunity. But that's the free kick, the execution, the creativity, just the ability to execute is really well done by this Bay team.
Interesting looking collision on the far side. Doesn't warrant a whistle, according to the referee.
I thought Bay kind of undercut him a little bit, but then Lex kind of pulled him down anyway, so I guess both fouls warranted no foul, and Bay's got the ball in the box again.
And Sanfilippo taking it down in the corner, going to have an opportunity again here for Evans on the corner kick.
Yeah, Mills already got that home run shot over the corner kick. You know, just wasting time. We're 30 minutes to go, but he's a veteran player. He understands the clock. There's no hurry. There's no reason for him to be running over there. And take your time, set up, get the ball in you want to get here.
Minutemen packing it inside the 18. They've got 10 players back
defending.
The
referee defended it. Oh, my goodness. Yeah. That referee, it just cost them a great opportunity.
And it's going to lead to a 4-on-3 here. Counterattack for Lexington. One of the best opportunities they've had, and perhaps a smart play there just to draw the foul. Cooper Mendelo.
Oh, he is going to give him a card there. In the soccer world, that's what we call a professional foul. Lex had the numbers, they had the momentum, had the advantage there, and just brought him down. You're going to see the replay on this corner kick. Great design play by Bay, except it beats all those defenders. Who does it not beat? Referee right in the way of the guy going to strike the ball. It's really interesting. And Mill's going to have a word about that, because if it touched the referee, it should have stopped. It should have been a free kick for Bay, or drop ball, right. But from our angle, it looked like the contact was with the player and not with the ball, which is not what you stop play for, but certainly
it had a big impact. But
absolutely, but I don't think you'd be blowing anything dead there. It's just kind of the way it went. This is big. This is a big opportunity for Lexington.
It is.
Got the ball about 25 yards away. You're dangerous in the air. You just got to beat this first wall, and then you got anything in front of you. So it's just going to be, can you put the ball over the wall, keep it in play, and away from the keeper? And they've got the ability to do that. So let's see how they play it out.
It's going to be the junior Alex Depperschmidt. Takes a shot on net. Goes through the goalposts. So he was looking just to try to put it on the woodwork all the way, and a little bit too much juice.
Yeah, certainly he's got the ability to hit from there. I think the better play is playing in the box and letting your players run onto it. But he's got that ability. I mean, if you're the coach, you let him decide what he wants to do there. He's that kind of player. But I think the better play was to really kind of get it going.
And he's had a phenomenal junior season. Really kind of broke through onto the scene. Jesse didn't get a ton of playing time the last couple of years. He was a factor, but not like this year. 17 goals for him, 20 times he's assisted. OCC first teamer, second team all-district, and
I did not realize he was the second team all-district. I wonder. It's interesting. I'm not sure who on the first team would be better than him. He's one of my top players in the area. I mean, he is solid. He's an absolutely phenomenal player. Those district voting things, I've sat through enough of them to know it's
politics.
It just gets weird. And I've had teams, and I don't say this arrogantly. I've had teams that would beat a lot of the district teams, but I could only nominate a certain number of my players, and so it's just the way it goes sometimes. And I always told my players not to read too much into that kind of stuff. We're after team accolades, and we'll take whatever individual accolades come our way, but sometimes it just gets a little carried away.
Down to 27 minutes remaining here in regulation. Evans. Good looking ball to the outside.
Oh, this guy is so fast.
Yeah, right around Depperschmidt looking to
What a
load
cut.
up for
That's
a shot,
insane.
and he will for another base score. Got the student section up on their feet. Ethan Jacobs. Been electric all night this time. Finds the back.
Well, the guy's footwork and speed is absolutely insane. Great ball in by Million Evans here. It looks like it's a dead play, like it's just going to kind of be out. Watch this move at the end here. This look, wow. Cut right into space, right around the defender, and then it's point blank, and Weaver does what he can, but he's so close, and Jacobs just got a finish anyways. I mean, it's all night long I've been super impressed with this kind of this trio of Bay attackers. They just so crafty, so skilled, but so fast. That might have just been pure speed that led to the skill that then led to the goal.
That's going around Jack Depperschmidt. Probably get some consideration for All-Ohio when that voting comes out here soon. And you're right. That is just acceleration that not many kids have. Ethan Jacobs, the junior, tonight, he's done that on quite a few different occasions. As that warrants a whistle. And looks like a little bit shaken up going down is Andrew Laurie.
Yeah, I think he caught that tackle a little bit high there. He just kind of might have got some of the ball, but I think gets into the leg first, then hits the ball after that. Referee's made the right call. A little slow to get up there, but see if they subbed off now. The referee stopped the clock, so they'll sub somebody on for him and give somebody a chance here. Lex is going to need to get some momentum and some opportunities quickly, otherwise this game's going to be over in a hurry.
The 3-0 deficit. Such a huge hole to have to dig yourself out of against a team like the Rockets. That last one, huge by Jacobs. Great looking ball, but it's shot out of there by the Rockets. Will be a throw-in, though, coming up for the Minutemen.
You'd like to see can they get something forward again. I mean, every time they get the ball in the box, they're doing okay. It's this area of the field that when the ball doesn't make it in, it leads to a turnover. Bay is just so fast and so efficient with the ball. I think for Lex right now, the struggle is they're not sure how to get the ball forward because there's just no time on the ball in the back. So normally a couple passes release a lot of those pressure, but the work rate of the Bay top players, he's going to get the foul there. So dangerous place here for a free kick. Really got to keep it on target. Really need a goal out of the situation too. But the work rate for these Bay players have really, really been outmatched.
Second opportunity off a free kick here for Alex Depperschmidt. Have to go over a 3-person wall set up by Bay Village. And 6 players backside looking to make a charge outside the 18. They're going to send Jack Depperschmidt in now. Nice big target in the middle of the field.
Some confusion there. It's a tough ball. The referee moved the wall but never whistled it to start back up, so Depperschmidt was waiting for that's a big ball in.
Oh, and the flick, the header is going to put it away, so the Minutemen get on the board. It's their leading scorer, Gage Potter.
I think that caught everybody by surprise, including the linesman, because I'm pretty sure he's offsides. But the linesman was not in position because he ran the other way to try and catch up to the play the other way. I don't know if you're able to see anything on the replay here, but
it's a great-looking ball by Corbin. Potter doing what he does, just a physical player. Got the back of his head on it.
Yeah, just kind of that big flick on goal there. I mean, interesting play there. And it looks like a yellow card for Bay as well, arguing the offsides to Million Evans. Just had a few words for the official there about the offsides. And you can't really tell in the replay. From our vantage point here, that referee broke down the sideline towards midfield. The ball was played so quickly back in that he could not be in the right position there, and just it's kind of one of those bang plays that favored Lexington. Kind of keeps the game going here a little bit. Seemed like it was just going to be all Bay here all the way, and Lex is all of a sudden back in the game.
Going to change the complexion here as that cross into dangerous territory. Both Bay players had already overran it, and now Potter gets possession back.
The game's kind of opened up a little bit in multiple ways here. Physicality is certainly high. Possession is back and forth. His team's just giving it away right now, but Bay is attacking again.
And they've got their monster Omar Campbell checked in favor of Evans. That was a big physical specimen that I saw in the pregame. Getting his opportunity here.
Yeah, when he just kicks out. When you have a school like Bay, sometimes you have guys just kind of waiting who have these special abilities or special talents that don't get to play a lot because the players in front are just such a high level. Body just kind of be flying all over the place right now. A lot of contact all of a sudden. After that goal, the physicality really picked back up. I think there's this arrogance and confidence with Bay that the game might have been over, and now Lex has kind of, brought themselves back into the game and kind of changed the dynamic right now.
Minutemen with possession. And they're going to roll it all the way back to Weaver.
Yeah, I think you want to go short there. I think there's a lot of contact again. These headers are just a lot of contact there. That's going to be a handball, I'm pretty sure, yeah. I think it's good to play it back to the keeper. You got to be alert. You got to be aware. He's got to play short and you got to get those Bay target players moving out of the way. And so when you play it long, you just kind of reset back into it. He's a big kid.
Yeah, that's a good look there at Omar. Definitely likably taller than me. I'm 6 feet. And got a nice wide body, too. As that one chipped in, brought back out. Set up off the volley, and the one-timer from Danny Cruiser, a little too much.
The green light is on for Bay. You see Milian checking back in.
I don't know if the light ever turns off.
Yeah,
they're like
fair.
that Red Roof Inn or the Motel 6. They keep the light on all the time. And the shots have been coming. But a lot of their distance shots have had a little bit too much venom behind them. They haven't really been finding themselves on target.
Yeah, certainly the ability is there, but you're right. The long-range shots has not proved to be of any danger, really. It's that build-up play and then creating the turnovers and just getting forward so fast. That's been dangerous. But
good positioning there by the back line of the Minutemen, who on the season, boy, have they been good, only giving up just over half a goal per game.
just look, you just see how fast Bay. I mean, that has got to be a game plan. I can't imagine they play all year like this. That work rate of the Bay strikers to get back and pressure the ball allows players there's no time on the ball. You just have to play it immediately, and then it's forced so many turnovers from Lexington because of their pressure.
Just a lot of team speed for the Rockets. Most of them playing up top. As the Minutemen win a 50-50 ball off of the restart.
It feels like it's the first one that Milian has not won this game. I mean, the guy's just been everywhere in the middle, winning everything.
Off the back heel there of Corbin. But it ends up with Jacobs. Gets tripped up, and sometimes that's about all you can do against that kid.
Yeah, that's a tough foul. I mean, that guy turns the corner so fast. I mean, he's just so skilled with the ball, uses his touches so well, and just gets clipped there in the back. You can't really argue that. And
it is going to give Evans a chance here from a dangerous spot.
Yeah, I don't think I've seen him shoot any of these yet. I mean, he's definitely looking to kind of set the assist up here. But it'd be interesting to see it. Does he look to put one on goal? They've got two players on the ball right now anyways. I mean, the balls he's playing in have been dangerous, so you don't necessarily need the shot from that situation. Yeah.
Yeah, it didn't look like he was looking for his own shot again there. Bailed out a bit by the misplay by Nathan Kramer.
Saw somebody on the fan zone was watching from Marco Island. It's
oh, nice.
Not quite Sandusky, I'd say.
Weaver comes out, misplays it, and the Bay Rockets capitalize. Second opportunity sent home there. Big goal by the Rockets. And it's Sheldon Kaufman who is the beneficiary here of just right place, right time.
Yeah, you don't see Weaver misplay this ball too many times. He makes the right read, the right jump on the ball. It's a lot of traffic there, so it just doesn't quite come down with it. And right place, right time for Kaufman.
Got the stands jumping here for Bay Village. The band's out playing. They got the flags flying up and down here on the near sideline in front of the bleachers. Fan base really enjoying themselves here tonight as they've now got a 4-1 advantage more than halfway through half number 2. As you see one more time, Sheldon Kaufman puts that one away after Weaver bumped into the back of his own defender and lost that one.
The final from the other side of the bracket sees Cincinnati, Wyoming winning 6-1 in the state semis.
So should set up two dominant teams. Bay Village, they've had to play some top competition to get through to this point. At their regional, had to knock off Warren Howland, team who beat them in the regional semifinals last year, and then Richfield Revere, team that you know a lot about, Jesse. I believe that your Mansfield Christian teams used to tango with them, and a team that perennially gets the better of Bay in tournament action.
Absolutely, and did so during the year this year, but just not in the tournament. So Bay's journey here is super difficult. You look at who they beat. Revere, who I believe was top 3, Howland, who at one point was number 1, last year's state champion, CVCA, which is always a strong program, ranked in the top 10. So a little bit different journey than Lexington. Lexington obviously had Ontario. Bishop Watterson was unranked. Lima Shawnee, who was ranked. I mean, so at this level, you expect to be playing top 10 teams. There's another card issued. Looks like to Bay. I'm not sure. Maybe some off the ball conversation happening over there, but one of the captains for Bay. Can't tell what number from here.
Looks like Danny Cruiser, and he's going to have to check out here for a moment. Second yellow card here of this second half. That's going to go against the Rockets. Coach Bobby Doherty wants to know what's going on. There's our Travis Berardi taking notes all over it on the sideline. So maybe he can fill us in on what the conversation is.
Yeah, I'm impressed Travis asked the referee about the PK at halftime. That's not an easy question to ask sometime, and it's bold. I like it, Travis. I like it.
Our insider. You see Bobby just not really buying it.
Yeah, there's a lengthy conversation for a card that is of interesting concern. I don't know. I didn't see anything. The referee, it was a free kick at the other end. Referee brought it back, so certainly some disagreement.
It will lead to a free kick for the Minutemen. Not sure where the ball exactly is going to be placed, but I believe in the attacking third.
I don't think so. And I think it's going to be right behind midfield. The foul happened way back here, and in the approach to take the free kick, something else happened. What I don't know is what that something else was. Something when the guys were looking to defend each other, and you can see Million's going to go have a conversation with the referee because why not? Why not just to see what's going on?
He's already got a yellow, though, so he might want to keep it under control. And you're right. The free kick's going to come way back in Lexington's territory. As they play a nice ball, though, down the near sideline here, trying to find Will Perkins.
And they've not played that ball a lot tonight. That's something I wanted to be on, kind of beyond that outside back, turn that corner down there, and kind of stretch the field and look to attack from that area. So now look for a long throw-in, deep long throw-in.
Be Jacob Hathaway. He's going to do just that. Great-looking ball, and the header just missed.
That's the play they want. I mean, you get the throw in where you want it. He executes, puts the ball right where it needs to be, and just not able to head the ball down out of the air. Just sails up and over the bar.
Number 3, Connor Bozak entering the game for Bay.
So a good build up there for the Minutemen.
Million Evans checking out of the game. Certainly having a couple conversations with the referees. You wonder if it's just maybe letting them settle down, and you've got a 3-goal cushion at this point. You don't want to risk anything. I could possibly see him miss the state finals game. That would be huge.
Another whistle drawn by Ethan Jacobs, and I think about half of them told Danny Cruiser actually has been ejected with a couple of yellow cards. So they gave him 2. And looks like Jacobs shaking up here. He's going to stay down.
This is one of those plays. It depends on which side of the state you're from as to what you think happened here. There's no doubt there's contact from Potter. I think the player from Bay definitely went down harder than the contact. I thought he might have flopped a little bit, but appears to be in some pain. Now, I will say this. These Bay players are smart enough and veterans enough. Oh, and he almost gets hit with his player juggling. Are smart enough that they know how to embellish some of these things to make it look worse than it is. So if he is actually hurt, then I do apologize for that. These guys they're very crafty. They know what they're doing. You can see right now the coach is giving some firm instructions. Don't let the game get out of hand now. You've got a 3-goal lead. You're looking at a state championship berth. You just got to keep doing what you've been doing and don't get caught up in anything else.
Tonight's Final Four soccer broadcast brought to you live and free on the OH Report thanks to our generous sponsors, Mechanics Bank. There's always a better way to bank. Let's find yours at mymechanics.com. The Maximum Performance Center of Lexington. Faust Chiropractic, specializing in working with athletes and active people to prevent injury and maximize potential. Located at 201 East Main Street in Lexington, in the same space as Hogsette Physical Therapy. Movement specialists reimagining traditional physical therapy and personal training. Located right next to the Happy House. And Tito's Cantina and Grill. Try the fusion between authentic Mexican and Korean, right in the heart of Lexington. So Jacobs slow to get off the field, and those are always troubling when you see him grabbing for the head, because could either be not that big a deal or a really big deal. So we'll see if he's able to return to the match. Likely won't need him for the final 17:35 as Bay well in control here. Free kick set up with Aiden Bush.
I don't know if Bay's put their 11th player on. I'm only seeing 10 right now, unless I'm miscounting somewhere.
Yeah, you're right.
Milking the clock now doesn't really do it. The clock has stopped. I still see, unless I'm missing someone.
No, just 10 players out there right now for the guys in the blue and white striped jerseys. And another yellow card, I think, was just issued over to the Bay sideline. So if Cruiser received 2 yellow cards and was ejected, do they have to play shorthanded here, Jesse? Or
no, not off 2 yellows. It would just be a straight red. That would be my guess. I have to double check that. That's changed over the years. It didn't used to be the way. It is possible that is the case now.
Oh, Depperschmidt with the pass deflected. Minutemen had a lot of guys moving forward, and instead it's going to end up with that collision there. That does draw a whistle, and a free kick on the way here for Lex.
A lot of the Bay fans upset there. I'm not sure why you're upset. It's clearly a foul. I ran into him. I'm not sure.
Here's a look on the Hogsette physical therapy replay. Trips him up, no question about it. Impeding the progress. Is that one mismeasured behind the intended target? And that one just rifled well out of play up into the student section. Lucky fan actually was a little embarrassed that he was able to catch it. A lot of times those guys go berserk. So Hathaway drives this one into the box, but right into the hands of Alec Harris. Seniors had a nice night.
We're working to see about some of these yellow cards that have been issued. We're not sure of even the reasoning of some and also who they've gone to, but it does bring up some questions about, Bay at this point is looking to play Saturday. And so you got to start to wonder, certainly if you're looking at a red card, you'll miss that. And what we're checking on is if it's 2 yellows, is it result in a suspension under OHSAA? Different rules for different governing bodies we're trying to clarify, but it does look like the Cruiser captain has 2 yellows right now.
He's over on the sideline. Minutemen into the attacking third. Looking to get something going here as they've got the setup. And this one paddled over the top of the net. Shot there from Luke Roberts.
Number 10, Million Evans entered the game for Bay.
Evans checks back in.
You see him sitting on 2 yellows and having a word with the coaches there about some of what's going on and maybe even some of the conversation about Saturday as well. In Division I, Centerville leading Dublin Jerome 3-1 in the second half. And a bit of a surprise, all my coaching friends, we do our own kind of pick-ems for high school soccer. Ottawa Hills losing in the second half 3-2 to Columbiana Crestview, who lost 8-0 to this Bay team earlier in the year. I believe their lone loss on the year, but certainly a large loss at that.
The only loss of the season so far for the Minutemen is to this very Rocket squad. Though Lex had an opportunity there to cut into the lead, Hussey just could not make solid connection. And the Minutemen starting to run out of time as we're down just over 14 minutes remaining here in the second half. Bay Village looking to move back into the state title game for the 4th time since 2014. This is the 5th meeting between these two programs in the postseason since that year.
Yeah, when you look at like the statistics of Bay, I mean, even in their down years, they're going to regional semis, and just that every year is a double-digit win season. Every year you look at the worst they had was a loss in a regional semi in the past about 10 or so years. I mean, really, just incredible numbers to look at. See the lopsided result on the other side of the Division II bracket. That is a final. See Cincinnati, Wyoming. What's interesting when you look at that bracket, there's always 5 or 6 teams out of Cincinnati that could win state. Such a difficult area to come out of. You look at the Cincinnati-Dayton area. Wyoming is usually pretty good, but usually pretty good doesn't always get you out of that area down there. So congratulations to them on making the state championship as well.
And I think you would certainly say that the region that Bay came from loaded with talent, and that the team that would emerge from there likely would go on to face a team from Cincinnati, and that appears to be the case.
Good battle in the middle of the field. It's still on the ball.
And I like that the referee let them play on. Looked like guys were getting tangled up, but nobody grabbing each other.
Yeah, physical play for sure, but I don't think there was much to that as a bad giveaway, though, to a player you don't want to give it to.
Evans turns. Well, I guess he did get the call.
He's such a smart player. He understands the game at just another level right now, because he definitely got clipped, lost the ball. There was no contact on the ball. And just knew that if he turns, looks at the referee, kind of force the referee to make that call, or just have an awkward conversation with him.
Our player of the game tonight is going to be brought to you by Faust Chiropractic in Performance. Quite a few guys, I think, could be in the mix for Bay here tonight. My vote probably would go to Ethan Jacobs.
Yeah, I think I would agree to that as well. This Million kid is really something special, but when you get multi-goal games in a game like this, or another bicycle attempt by Bay.
Yeah, I believe Reed Clark is the player with 2 goals here tonight for the Rockets.
Yeah, they got a couple players you could kind of make that argument for. Bay's going to move it, or the referee moved them back 5 yards. So just delaying that free kick a little bit. 11:24 to go. Ooh. The game is getting a little sloppy. I think the focus now is more on physicality rather than soccer, which doesn't favor either of these teams well. Certainly the way the season could end is not great for Bay then. But.
Yeah, sick turn right there from Bush. Able to find Mendelow. Lost it. Now Depperschmidt with a quick throw in.
What is the linesman doing? Oh, the linesman really just wasn't paying
changed the
attention
call.
at all. The linesman never signaled. The center referee called for. The referee stopping the clock. Let's see. Maybe just for substitutions then. The center referee was not really alert to where the ball went out and who went off of, so she never signaled, leaving the center. The side referee was not alert to that. The center referee had forced to make a call there. Looks like they just stopped the clock to get a bunch of substitutions in here.
3 for Lexington, 1 for Bay.
It's interesting. It's not really a rule that's kind of followed. I appreciate the courtesy. And not really a high school rule, though.
Mendelow with a big throw in. Taken away by Lex. And now a giveaway. Minutemen. Numbers moving forward. Here comes Kramer. Continues to carry. Now trying to reverse field. Find Depperschmidt on the wing. He will.
He stopped that ball right on the line. Impressive touch there.
Bay, though, able to clear. Right to the feet of Hathaway. He's going to put one in the box.
And Potter wanted in the air. He was kind of sitting alone in the box there.
Now a big clear here for the Rockets. Who are now just under 10 minutes away from making it back to the state championship. And for Lexington, knocking on the doorstep yet again. Just doesn't look like they're going to be able to break through and get to their first ever state title match here tonight. Bay Village, the real deal. So much individual talent.
There's some antics on the sideline over there. I think the Bay coaching staff's got to get some control over there. Some of the players weren't getting out of the way, so Lex can get the ball. Lex pushes the guy to try and get the ball, and then just kind of goes downhill from there. But it's a good ball into space there. Defended well by Bay.
Yeah, certainly mutual respect between these two clubs, but you can tell, you know, definitely getting chippy here, and over the last several minutes, it's been physical from the very start. So big-time playoff soccer, when your two programs like this that have met as many times as they have in the postseason, and now during the regular season too, I mean, a lot of build-up and, you know, a lot of feelings being shown out
Absolutely,
there.
yeah. A lot of contact, a lot of off-the-ball stuff right now. It's, you know, emotions are very high. You know, one team is, you know, at an all-time high, and one team might be even at an all-time low. And so just trying to find that balance of, you know, you want the game to end and end well. No injuries, no cards, things like that. So just getting out there and keep playing, keep doing what you're doing, keep competing. But sometimes you get distracted by some of the other stuff.
Depperschmidt skies, plays it out of the air with his head, and he's got plenty of space. Let's get it to his midfielder. But George had it snaked away from him. Now Evans finds some space of his own.
So smooth. I mean, just they have so many players who are so confident with the ball. Turns in tight spaces, one-on-ones. You know, working to get a corner here. And 7:44 on the clock when the ball goes out of bounds. Just wait until we'll see what time when they actually take the corner kick.
Evans actually, at least on a slight jog here. We've seen him walk over many times tonight.
Yeah, he got tired already, so he's on the walk now.
So at least 20 seconds, 22 seconds comes off the clock, and it's played by Weaver out of the air.
Looks like you're just going through the motions there for Bay. They realized they scored. Nobody went for the ball. Nobody broke. I think they were be content to be done scoring in that situation.
Lexington, bit more about pride here down the stretch. Just looking to get some more good feelings. Have a nice build-up. So we're told now Cruiser will not be able to play on Saturday. And he's a senior, so his career is over. We had a great picture of him earlier being consoled by a couple of the members of the coaching staff. He had his head down. Now we know why.
Yeah, what we don't know is what was the second yellow for. I mean, it was certainly off the ball, and we were watching the ball about to take the free kick, and the referee saw something or heard something, or something led to a second yellow.
So what a tough way for your career to end. You're going to get to the state championship match for the first time since you've been in school.
Yeah, I've got multiple coaches texting to confirm that it is a newer rule that if you receive a double yellow, you do in fact miss the next game.
Wow.
It has not always been that way. And I've been out of the high school coaching game for a little bit, and it was not that way when I was in. But
times are a-changing.
Impressive statistic. Both the Cincinnati, Wyoming boys and girls have made it to the state finals in soccer. So really impressive, for a program to be able to do that is such a unique and interesting and amazing thing for a school to be able to do that, to send 2 quality programs to the state championships. Really impressive.
Thrown into the box, falls down, and then chipped just wide. So the Minutemen get it in another dangerous spot, as you see here on the Hogsette physical therapy replay, but just cannot get anything to go on frame.
Gets into a little bit of a coaching strategy here. The game is obviously pretty much decided at this point, so do you let everybody try and get in the game, pull some of your seniors out for their last game for Lexington? For Bay, might just be pull some of your guys out just to make sure they're in the final game for Lex. I'm a little surprised, knowing that rule now, I'm a little surprised that Million's still in the game. Just such a phenomenal player, but obviously has had some conversations with the referee, we'll say. You can see his speed down the sideline.
Yeah,
good
looking
ball
for
in
Evans.
Space. Ooh.
It just seems like, wow, that one's ripped. Just a bit too tall from Jacobs.
Yeah, I don't know how you pick a player out of the game. I mean, that three-headed monster that Bay's got, got multiple guys who can do some great things. It just depends on what you want to base your MVP off of, really.
Maybe we could do a tri-way. I don't think we've ever had that. We'll have Travis down on the field, perhaps a couple of questions for each about what each individual brought to the equation tonight. The winning formula, though, for Bay, who is going to move on. And for Lexington, awesome season for them, of course. You don't want it to end here if you're a Minutemen player, but they all basically admitted that their expectations heading into the year was, hey, we just want to try to get back to the district championship game, try to go toe-to-toe with Ontario, which they were able to do. So they marked that off the list. Alex Depperschmidt told us, why stop there? Let's go for a regional title. Able to check that box, too. So I would say that getting to the Final Four, pretty much some icing on the cake for this Minutemen team that had minimal expectations, and what a fun ride it's been. Just unfortunately for them, their 2 losses on the year going to come to a team that may win a state title.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, this team has really just come along in such an amazing way. It is interesting to hear that the goal was not the state championship. They won a district championship, and look at them now. I mean, competing in the state semifinals. So such a unique opportunity, and a team that really just kind of came together in the right way.
Been playing with each other. All these guys, they said, been together since they were about 10 years old. As we're going to have a breakaway here and an opportunity for Jacobs. But Weaver comes off his line, makes a big play.
That's a big, yeah, he waited, he timed it perfectly. A bit of a big touch there from the Bay attacker there, and Weaver breaks on it, feet first. It's a great defensive play, keeps the game 4-1. Going to be a couple substitutions. They get some new players entering the game for Bay right now. Referees stop the clock to get the substitutions in. Now, I know they do it under 4. Actually, the clock is moving, which is not correct, so they've done it backwards here. Referee's going to try and adjust it here, adjust the clock. He may not even care at this point. It's 4-1.
So that one's just going to be whipped back in. Depperschmidt misplayed it at first. Million got a touch on it. It'll roll out, though, for a goal kick for the Minutemen, who I'm sure would love to at least get a couple more opportunities. Another look at net, try to put one away.
You look through the kind of the career of Bay, and it seems that once you enter, wow, that's a great touch.
Wow.
It's another great touch. Oh, a little miscue there too. That once you're a freshman in this program, the expectation that you get in the state final at some point. I mean, that's kind of the pattern they've followed, for the past 10 or so years. That at some point in your high school career, you expect to be in the state final, which is, again, just so impressive. When you look at the success that Bay has had over the years, what they've continued to do, and now the chance to kind of compete for that somewhat elusive state title for the success they have had.
Got to go all the way back to 1993, the last time that the Rockets won a state championship, but they've been one of the best teams in the state 30 years running. That is amazing sustained success that you don't see with very many programs. Yeah, you almost could say that Bay, the most impressive program in Division II in the state, the fact that they are always knocking on the door, even though, as you mentioned, they haven't won one in a while. It's been a few years. couple of decades, really, but still,
yeah,
always in the equation.
You used to feel the same way about Summit Country Day out of Cincinnati. I mean, they were so dominant in Division III for so many years, but for Bay, it's like a lifetime. I mean, it's
never ends.
They just keep being incredibly successful, really impressive in what they do with this program, and just it's not easy. I think when you look at their results, it's expected, but it's still not easy. And to produce the talent, the teams that they have is just really incredible.
So their fans, of course, loving it. So they're going to punch their ticket back to the state championship for the first time since 2017. So for them, it's been a little bit of a wait. So for the first time in these players' careers for the Rockets, they will head down to Columbus and compete for a state championship for the Minutemen. Wrapping up their season. 16 wins, 2 losses, both of those coming to these Rockets who want to celebrate with their fan base. And they do have a fantastic student section here tonight. The parents, grandparents, aunts, uncles, there's a lot of people here representing Bay Village, so they've earned it, rightfully so, enjoying themselves, jumping around here with their student section. It's a fun sight here, Jesse.
Yeah, certainly. We talked about the community aspect of this. What I love about this, and we talk about all the success, all the accolades of Bay, and you get this incredible community support where everybody comes out. This is still a big deal. So regardless how successful you've been, you still have the support of your community, support of your school, the pep bands out here, the student bodies out here, parents, grandparents, and everybody from the Bay Area is here to support what's going on tonight. So really impressive thing to see.
Flying the flag one last time, getting everybody pumped up as the Rockets moving on to Columbus. We will step aside and be back with our Tito's Cantina and Grill post-game, where they're fusing authentic Mexican and Korean. And we'll line up interviews with, I think we're going to have multiple players of the game tonight. You're watching State Playoff Soccer live and free exclusively on the OH Report.
Hello, I'm Jacob Hathaway, and you're watching the State Final Four on OH Report.
Welcome to Richland County's first artificial intelligence ATM. If you car dance to the song you're listening to now, I will give you $50. See, that's something an ATM can never do.
Oh my gosh, are you serious?
Oh, we're serious.
Gosh, that's awesome. Thank you.
Thank you. We hope your day is a little bit better today.
Yes, thank you.
Are you looking for a solid career, job security, great pay, and rapid advancement? An important role with a global leader that invests in state-of-the-art technology, develops world-class solutions, and is committed to a cleaner tomorrow? Yeah, we have just what you're looking for.
Man, what should I listen to on the OH Report today?
Dude, listen to the Friday Night Pigskin. You got highlights and scores from all around the area.
The OH Report podcast has more than just football.
No, listen to the Pigskin. The Pigskin.
Podcast.
Pigskin.
Podcast.
Pigskin.
Why
not
both?
Pigskin?
Podcast.
Dude, clean your ears out, man.
Bro, there's so much space in here.